Angular journey started long time ago with magical artifact Zone.js. Today I will take you on a voyage into uncharted water, Angular without Zone.js. So hoist the sails, let's go zoneless. But first, let me introduce myself. I'm Brygida, I'm from Poland. I'm working in Avenga as a senior engineering manager, but mostly I'm typical Angular developer. I'm also Angular GDE, but what is the most important, as Matthew said, I'm NGKato organizer. It's meetup in Katowice in Silesia, so if you will be there, let me know. Okay, so welcome aboard. Let me show you my demo application. As you can see here, we have everything that our captains need. We have information about our crew, where the treasures are. We have logbook and, of course, information about RAM level. Our application is using Zone.js, and, of course, every component is using default change detection. Okay, so I hope so that you know that Zone.js is a library. But now think about it like of the captain's parrot. And this parrot is screaming every time something happens on the ship. For example, sailor sneeze or spoon falls down. And now it's time to introduce my special guest, Captain Angular, with his parrot, Zone.js. So, Captain, your parrot is super tired, I think. Okay. So if you had a question to the parrot or Captain Angular, you can ask him later. But let's go to our presentation. So, Zone.js. Zone.js is monkey patching core browser APIs like timer, events, HTTP requests, in general, every async operations. After that, notifies Angular whenever something might have changed. And what is going next? Angular is checking entire application from top to the bottom. Why? Because we don't have information where this change occurred. Yeah, it sounds more or less not good, but Zone.js also has some bright side. And probably all of you know that we have automatic change detection. So when I started my journey with the Angular, and I wrote my first line of code and saw that, oh wow, it's magically refreshed and reflected on the UI, so everything was there for me. It was awesome. So probably most of you are just focusing on your feature business logic, and that's it. The magic is done by Zone.js. But every treasure has its curse. And of course, we have some dark sides of Zone.js. First of all, performance overhead. So we have a lot of unnecessary change detection cycles there, because Zone.js is informing Angular every time something might have happened. Next, debugging complexity. So I think that also all of you had this situation. You open the dev tools, go to the console, so the error there, and you just open the stack trace, and you saw only Zone.js, 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 and this was like awful. Yeah, you just wanted to know where is this error come from. Next thing, I said that Zone.js is a library, so it has its own size. It's around 33 kilobytes, so it impacts our bundle size and, of course, initial loading time. And you can think that it is small. Yes, but still it has to be download, parse, and execute. Next, everything is moving forward, so we could have some compatibility issues. because we have a lot of new browser APIs, and somebody needs to update also Zone.js. Next thing, async await problems. So we could have some problems because some browser APIs are not working with Zone.js just like that. For example, async await, it has to be down level to work with it. Okay, so with Zone.js and without it, change detection mechanism stays the same. What is changing, when and how this mechanism is triggered. So let me start with default change detection. Probably all of you know it, but oops, it's deprecated. Yes, it's deprecated, but it's more or less rebranded to new name, eager change detection since Angular 21.2. So now please use the eager one. Okay, what's more? Probably somewhere around Angular 24, I don't know, you can ask later, Captain Angular. We will have funeral, Eunice. I'm counting on you. You are the best on this type of events, like with Karma last time. So I'm expecting the funeral of default change detection. Okay, so let's go to our ship. So our ship is using, of course, default change detection, default eager. And as you can see here on the top main deck, we have our captain and parrot. And now think about our ship like about components. So our decks will be our child components to the main, to the main app component here. And those decks have cabins. So the cabins will be our child components, deck child components. And also we have here hole in the ship. And what is going now? Parrot? Parrot? Parrot!
Yes.
It's your role now. Don't sleep. Hole in the ship, please. Hole in the ship.
Hole in the ship?
I don't know. I think that our captain is super sleepy, and the parrot also. But no worries, I'm here. Okay, so we have the hole in the ship, parrot is screaming, hole in the ship. What is doing our captain? So our captain is starting his journey, and he's checking every deck, cabin by cabin, because he wants to find the hole in the ship. Even though he finds it, he also is checking the last cabin, because he wants to check everything and be sure that we don't have any other holes there. Yeah, and now you can think, oh no, it's not very efficient. Our captain is super tired because he was running through the whole ship. Yes, that's true, but we have on-push change detection. So it's super easy to turn it on. In component decorator, you have to just add change detection strategy on push. And now it's the best part. In the next version of Angular, on push will be our new default. So when you will be creating new components, on push change detection will be there. Your old components, which were using all the defaults, so now eager, will be migrated, and they will have explicit information that they are using eager change detection. Okay, so let's go to our demo and move our application to on push. Okay, and let's check if everything is working. I will refresh it, and Okay, I see that we have a problem here. We don't have crew members and the logbook is not working. But of course the RAM level is going down, typical. Okay, so let me explain how on-push change detection is working. And now parent, please be here. So now our ship is using on-push change detection. Still we have our decks and cabins, it stays the same. But now think about some real, simple, well-known example. So user is clicking the button. What is going next? So our component is marked as dirty and all of its ancestors. And I'm saying about this now because in on-push change detection it matters. So our sailors are raising a flag. And what is going on next? Parrot, maybe you can say something. No, okay, yes, silent parrot, no worries. So our parrot is screaming hole in the ship, probably it was a little bit earlier, but no worries, our captain is starting his journey. And what is going on now? He's checking only those decks and cabins where sailors are holding a flag. So he's checking the main deck, the bottom deck, and the last cabin where the hole is. And as you can see, now is much better, but still not ideal. But comparing to the eager default one, yes, here we have only the 3 components to check. Okay, so what triggers marking as dirty? Now we know that, of course, handling DOM events. Next, immutable property binding. And here remember, if you are passing there the object, you need to change the reference. And next, async pipe. And that's why our RAM level was going down, because I was using their async pipe. Next, signal value change and mark for check. Okay, so let's go to the demo. And as you can see here, we have a typical, well-known construction. It's a crew widget component, and in ng on init, we are having the crew service, getting crew members, subscribing to it, and assigning to the crew members. Yeah, pretty well-known construction. So I will start with mark for check. Why not? It will be the easiest one. So I will inject the change detection or ref and ask, oh, thank you, Copilot, AI. AI is here. AI is helping all the time. Okay, and as you can see, yeah, it works. Fantastic. But still, yeah, we can do it better. It's not the best solution to use mark or check to this. So we can use what? Async pipe. Okay, let me create observable. Okay, it's here, import it, comment this part because we don't need it. Okay, and now jump to the template, comment this part, and I will be using the let variable. And as you can see here, we have the crew member observable. I'm using async pipe and use crew members in the if and in the for loop. Okay, let me save it. And okay, I will refresh it also. Yeah, it's working. Fantastic. But still, we are on the signals era. So let me use signals. So I will use to signal, for example. And okay, we have it here. I have to change it to the signal and comment this part. So as you can see here, I'm using here to signal, and here we have our crew service with get crew members. Yeah, perfect. So let's go to the template, I will comment this part and uncomment this because we want to use the signal value. So I need some parentheses, and thank you, Copilot, you are my best friend now. Thank you. Okay, so let's check if it's working. Yeah, it's working.
It works.
Ooh. Ooh. And what's more, you can also use here, for example, HTTP resource. HTTP resource will be stable in next version of Angular, and it will be also working because you have some signals under the hood. So I encourage you to check it. It's very, very useful. Okay, so let's go back to the presentation. And I want to say something more about the signals. So, signals give us something like local change detection. But first we have to fulfill few conditions. First, our application needs to use on-push change detection. Next, we need signal value change, but this signal value could not mark as dirty our components. So it has to be triggered with something, with some async operation. Maybe it will be HTTP request call from HTTP client or new value of observable. Yeah. And let's go to our ship. And as you can see here, we have our signal, which value is changed by some async operation. And now, what is going on now? So our reactive consumer or the signal is marked as dirty. But what's going on with ancestors? They get new flag. And this flag is informing Angular that those views have child which needs to be refreshed. And now our captain has exact path to the component where the hole is. And now he's just going straight away to this component. And for me it's pretty awesome. I was waiting for something like that. Yeah, so let's go. Let's go to the zoneless water. Yes, fantastic. So zoneless is stable since Angular 20.2. But in Angular 21, zoneless is enabled by default. So if you are using Angular 21, okay, in Greenfield, so you are starting new project, it will be zoneless right away. Okay, but a lot of you are just stuck in the old application, so you want to migrate it. And yeah, it's more or less pretty straightforward. You are going to the appconfig TS file, swap provide zone change detection to provide zoneless change detection. Next, we have to go to the Angular JSON, remove Zone.js from there, remove all imports connected with Zone.js, and just uninstall it. And it sounds pretty easy. So let's go zoneless, but okay, wait. It's not so easy. First, think about moving to on-push change detection. Next, you can just adopt signals. It's not our future, it's our present, so it will be better and simpler to use them. And what's more, check your third-party libraries or your dependencies. They also need to be compatible with zoneless Angular. Okay, but what triggers change detection in zoneless app? And here's some examples. First, of course, async pipe, signal value update, mark4 check, HTTP resource, bounded events, component ref set input. But what will not trigger change detection anymore? HTTP request, observable, and here, very important, set timeout and set interval. Please remember that. And let's move our application to zoneless water. Okay, so let me discard these changes and switch the branch to the zoneless. Okay, and npm install and jump to the presentation because still we have some time. Okay, so something about the benefits. The first, the obvious one, the performance. Performance is better because we don't have all of these unnecessary change detection cycles. Fantastic. Our bundle size is smaller, so initial load is faster, and so on and so on. What's more, we have easier debugging. We don't have all of this Zone.js pollution there. And the last thing, which is the most important for me, we have control over reactivity. So we are informing Angular that something was changed. Of course, by using some tools like async pipes, signals, and so on and so on. But still, we are doing it. No more magic here. Okay, so no conclusion, not now. First, let me run application and serve and check if now our application is working. Okay, looks nice. We have crew members, captain logbook, treasure map, RAM level, but something is weird. Our RAM level is not going down. I will open the Oh my god. Interesting. We have some problem here. Expression change after it has been checked error. So probably a lot of you know it. And why we are seeing it? Of course, because I changed something. And here in app config, in providers array, I add provide check no changes config. And this thing will be very useful when you want to go zoneless, because that's why we are seeing this error, because it's checking if we have some updated bindings which were not reflected by zoneless change detection. So here we have the information that previous value was 83 and now it should be 38 or 29, whatever, when you are looking. So yeah, it's not working. So remember this, provide check no changes config, very useful. And now let's jump and check why the RAM level is not going down. Of course, because I want to show you something. I want to show you that set interval will not trigger change detection in zoneless water. So let me quickly fix it and use signal. Thank you, Copilot. You are my best friend, my best assistant. Okay.
Not me?
Not really, to be honest. I see that you are super tired after yesterday's party. You know, our parrot was super, yeah, you will see later. He's a party guy, really. Of course, the parrot, not Captain Angular, for sure. Okay, so let's check if now everything is working. I will refresh it. And yeah, crew members, captain logbook, RAM level. Yep, it's going down and we don't have the errors here. Fantastic. Okay, so it's time for conclusion. Yay. Okay, so quick conclusion. First of all, I think that all of us was in the same place. We were using Zone.js and the default change detection, and after some time you probably face some performance issue and you thought, okay, let's now use on push. But remember to be prepared for going zoneless, move to on push, but in some cases you can still stay in eager change detection, but remember what will now trigger change detection in Angular without Zone.js. Next thing, signals. As I said before, it is our present, not future. Life is easier when you are using signals, but still it's not obligatory to go zoneless. You can go without it. And the last thing before going zoneless and being happy person, happy developer, remember to check your dependencies and be careful there, because sometimes it could be very problematic. Okay, so I think that's all from my side. Thank you. Thank you, my lazy captain and really tired parrot. And now it's also the QR code for the question. If you want to ask a question, please scan the QR code or find me somewhere there. I will be glad to talk with you. Thank you so much.